Mini has gone power crazy. The old Clubman and Countryman John Cooper Works, or JCW, weren't what you'd call slow. But rather than giving them a normal midlife nip and tuck with a few small trim changes and a minor token power increase, it's dropped in the engine from the BMW M135i with 55 kilowatts more than before. Sounds like fun, right?
Before we get behind the wheel, let's talk numbers. Pricing for the Clubman JCW Pure kicks off at $57,990 before on-road costs, running to $62,990 for the range-topping exclusive. The Pure is a Mini with no options. Well, almost. You can choose from 4 exterior colours, 2 wheel colours, and the interior is, well, what you see is what you get. Crucially, the Pure gets 18-inch wheels and adaptive dampers, where the exclusive gets 19s and fixed dampers. You don't miss out on power though. Under the bonnet is a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine making 225 kilowatts and 450 newton meters of torque. It's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive, along with a locking front differential. The powertrain is shared with the BMW X2 and the 1 Series M35i, and it hasn't been detuned here. The badge says Mini, but you're getting everything BMW has to offer. The same engine is also used in the updated Countryman JCW, priced from $65,900 before on roads. Speaking of which, there's no Countryman Pure just yet, but stay tuned, it could be on the way. Styling changes to both are subtle, but they make a difference in person. There's a more aggressive front bumper and rear diffuser, new wheels, and lots of small trim tweaks around the exterior to make the new car stand out. If you like Minis, you'll like them. If you don't like Minis, you probably won't.
Alright, out on the road in the Mini Clubman JCW Pure, and the first thing to know is, it's really fast. This engine comes from the BMW X2 M35i and M135i, and in the Clubman, it'll get you from 0 to 100 k's an hour in 4.9 seconds. That is really quick in what is quite a small car. It feels that quick on the road too, and it sounds pretty good if we drop it down a couple of gears. You can hear it's got a really nice trumpety kind of exhaust note to it and a bit of noise from the engine as well. It's not the quietest place to be on the road, but no Mini really ever is, and it is comfortable enough and quiet enough for normal highway cruising, so that's also a point to the positive. These hot hatches have to work in the real world. The cool thing about the JCW is how it handles. It's got all-wheel drive plus a locking differential on the front axle, and that means that you've just got lots and lots of grip, especially in the Clubman. You can tip it into a corner and, well, it just kind of hangs on. You can put your foot down mid-corner and the traction control is quite clever. You can feel it nibbling away in the background to make sure you're making good progress. But it also doesn't feel dull or boring. It's just good fun, for want of a better term. There is a difference between the Clubman and the Countryman. Because it's an SUV, the Countryman rides a little bit higher and it feels a little bit softer. It also understeers a little bit more, where the Clubman, when you tip it into a corner, just kind of goes where you want it to. It feels quite small and darty and purposeful. It feels like a Mini should, although it is bigger than the average Mini, of course. In here, between the Pure and the JCW exclusive, there's a few differences. I'm sitting in these bucket seats at the moment, and they are exclusive to the Pure. They're not trimmed in leather, but they hug your body really nicely. They feel a little bit sportier than the ones in the exclusive. Other than that, you miss out on a head-up display, but that's really about it. The Countryman, on the other hand, just comes in one spec and it gets pretty much everything. That's electric leather seats, a head-up display, seat heating. They're a luxurious place to be, but they would want to be priced at more than $60,000. Mini hasn't really messed with the winning formula for the new Clubman and Countryman JCW. After all, more power is always a good thing. There are still a few problems with the car though. For one, practicality has never been a Mini strong suit, and these don't change that. There's also the price. At more than $57,000 for the Pure and more than $60,000 for the Countryman, these cars offer similar performance to some of our favourite hot hatches, but ask a fair bit more money. But you don't really buy a Mini with your head, you buy it with your heart, and if that's your criteria, well, they're fast, they look cool, and they're really good fun to drive. What more can you ask for? My tip? Buy the Clubman Pure and save the extra money. It'll buy you a lot of fuel. For more on both these cars, head to caradvice.com and don't forget to subscribe for more from our channel.